Hello and welcome back to Love Spell Written in the Stars. We're getting right into episode 2 of Marcello, Trouble in Little Pastoria. Let's see. Before I can even answer, Marcello is already sitting snugly in the seat across from me. He smiles at my plate of macarons before helping himself to one without even asking. Wow. Oh, nice. I love these little shits. Excuse me? You can't just eat other people's food like that. Haha, relax, sweetheart, relax. We can always just order more, can't we? I watch as the new barista walks over to our table with a menu, and I immediately attempt to hide myself behind my notebook. Good morning, sir. What can I get for you today? Let me get a large dark roast. Dark as you can make it. I instinctively shrink further behind the notebook as Marcello glances over at me with an amused smile. You want anything, Pinks? That nickname. My name isn't Pinks! Marcello lets out a hearty laugh as I feel my face flush 10 shades of red when other customers in the cafe turn to look at the commotion. I sink into my seat as I hear the barista clear his throat. Right. So, will that be all, sir? Yeah, that's it. Oh, and give me another plate of these little shits. Who calls macarons little shits? Oh my god. Marcello motions towards the macarons as he pops another in his mouth. I can feel my eye twitch as I glare daggers at him. The barista smiles politely at us both before leaving while taking the menu with him. I let out a deep sigh as I drop the notebook onto the table. Can I help you, sir? I'm actually quite busy at the moment, so could you please leave? Oh yeah? What's all this? I gawk as Marcello nonchalantly grabs my notebook and peers into my scribbles. I immediately attempt to reach over the table to snatch it back, but he teasingly moves it further out of my reach. Hey, you can't just... Ugh, never mind. Give it back! Phone numbers and company names? Wait, don't tell me you're actually job hunting? So what if I am, huh? Just give it back already! I finally grab the notebook as I sit back down. Marcello shoots me an amused smirk. Well, judging by the amount of crossed out names I saw, it doesn't seem to be going too good for you, huh? I let out an annoyed grunt as I watch him gobble up my last macaron and lean back comfortably in his chair. You're not planning on leaving, are you? Here, don't tell me you just noticed. I let out an exasperated sigh as I drop my notebook and slump further into my chair. No, it's not going well. At all. I haven't even been able to land an interview since yesterday and if this keeps up, I don't even know how I'm going to afford a roof over my head. I let out a deep sigh as I close my notebook. Another waiter brings by a new plate of macarons and I immediately pop one into my mouth. Marcello watches my actions as he shoots me a look. Sheesh, that bad, huh? So, what's your plan here? Just call random companies and hope one says yes to an interview or something? Pretty shitty plan if you ask me. I mean, isn't that how job hunting works? Unless you have connections? Well, no one asked you, alright? I'm doing the best I can here. I let out another sigh as I begin to pack my things. Just as I'm about to stand up. Wait, you want a job, right? Why don't you come work for me? No. Hey, you didn't even hear me out. I narrow my eyes suspiciously at the flashy man in front of me as he shoots me an amused grin. Jeez, if looks could kill. I'm just trying to help you out here, you know? But if you don't want my help, fine by me. Good luck out there, Pinks. Heard job hunting's such a fun time. A waiter brings Marcello the rest of his order, and I can only watch as he seems to dismiss my presence altogether. He casually sips his drink and pulls out his phone. As he does, I can't help but eye his expensive-looking phone, watch, and attire. The $1 million suit, huh? He does seem like the type of person who makes a good living. I swallow nervously before I gingerly sit back down. What type of job is it? That's the real question here. Marcello's amber eyes flicker up to me and he smirks. He takes another sip before he puts the coffee down. I'm looking for a temp secretary of sorts. A secretary. That's right. I run a business overseas and unfortunately I'm low on staff here. I'm looking for someone who knows the area around here well and can go on coffee runs for me, clean stuff, etc, etc. You're interested? Pay starts at $50,000 a month. What? Yeah, right. 50,000? I can't contain my voice as I stand up and yell. Everyone around the cafe turns to stare at me. Marcello scowls and motions for me to sit down. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that one of the key requirements is keeping your damn mouth shut. Sorry, I just... 50,000? Are you serious? I'm very serious. My business is my life and my employees are like family to me, so I spare no expense to make them both run at their best. I need people I can rely on after all. So, you interested or not, Pinks? This is a one-time offer. I don't hire often, I'll have you know. I am, but... But? Can you, please not call me Pinks all the time? I have a name too, you know. My voice trails off as I slowly look up at Marcello's surprised face. After a few moments, he chuckles before chugging down the rest of his coffee. He grins at me before sticking out his hand towards me. You got it, Kay. Sorry about that. I feel heat rise to my cheeks as I hear him say my name so suddenly. Without thinking, I shake his hand, and he grins. Sweet. Got ourselves a deal then. You start today. Today? That's right. I can give you a grand tour around your new office later, and then we can... Marcello's voice cuts off as a commotion outside catches our attention. We peer out the window to see men in suits and various cars dash by the coffee shop in a hot pursuit. Suddenly, Marcello's phone rings, and he narrows his eyes before picking it up. Hey, what the hell's going on? I just saw... I watch Marcello grow quiet as a voice yells on the other end of the line. Suddenly, Marcello grips the coffee cup he's holding. An angry, dark expression takes over his face as he speaks back into the line. So you finally found the fucker, huh? I jolt up in surprise as Marcello crushes the coffee cup in his hand. He glares daggers into its broken pieces. I'm on my way. Don't you dare let him out of your sight. Marcello quickly hangs up the phone and stands up. I eye the broken coffee mug left on the table in a daze before slowly looking up. Marcello? Marcello looks over at me before he grabs my arm and pulls me up. Like I said, you start today. Let's go. A dark, foreign, and rage-filled expression fills his eyes as he slaps a few $100 bills on the table before pulling me towards the exit. He looks back towards the bewildered waiter as he pulls me out the door. Keep the change. Okay. Not suspicious at all. But good for the waiter. I try to ask questions, but Marcello simply pulls me into a car and gives the driver an address. Hey, hold on a second. Where are we going? Eventually, we end up at an old abandoned factory near the harbor. Marcello pulls me out of the car and I attempt to tuck my arm back. Hey, I can walk myself. Can I just please know where we're going? Marcello shoots a piercing glare at me as he turns around. You never shut up, do you? Hey, it's a valid question. What? I'm left speechless as I watch him growl in annoyance. He reaches into his short shirt pocket and pulls out a pen. He writes something onto a small piece of paper and gazes at me intensely for a brief moment before shoving it into my hand. My eyes widen as I look down at a signed check for the amount of $200,000. Consider it in advance. Now shut up and follow me. Okay. And whatever you see in there, don't you dare say a word of this to anyone. Got it? I stuff the check in my pocket as I swallow hard. I meekly nod and follow him towards an old warehouse. What have we gotten ourselves into here, huh? As we walk into an old dark warehouse, I spot suited men standing guard everywhere. I can't help but gasp as I take in the sight of a gagged and tied man sitting in the middle of the desolate space. He appears to have been beaten as he struggles against his shackles in a chair. Marcello is deftly approached by an older man in a suit who bows to him and hands over a small velvet bag. Valentino, what did you find on him? I'm afraid it won't be to your liking, mio signore. Marcello narrows his eyes as he empties the bag into his hand. From the bag, a huge sparkling diamond lands in Marcello's palm. I watch as Marcello clutches the diamond and begins to visibly shake in anger. Could someone maybe fill me in on what's going on here?
Oh, and who are you, Signorina? She's the new hire. Ignore her.
My eyes immediately shoot up to the gagged man as Marcello approaches him, still clutching the diamond. Woo! Marcello forcefully tears out the cotton gag from the man's mouth as he brings the diamond to his face.
Tell me something, disgraziato. Does this gem look familiar to you?
The bound man begins to panic as Marcello zooms into his eyes. Please listen to me. I have never seen that diamond before in my life. I merely found it the other day lying in the sand.
Ha, scherzo?
I don't know Italian.
You mean to say you merely found one of the world's rarest and most valuable diamonds lying around on a shoreline, my good sir?
Marcello begins to chuckle darkly as he brings the diamond closer to the man's face. In one swift motion, he forcefully cuts the man's cheek with the edge of the diamond, and a small trail of blood seeps out.
I'm only going to ask you one last time, and I better hear the correct answer. Where did you get this diamond?
Please, I'm not lying to you. I have no clue where it came from. I merely picked it up and... I gasp in horror as I watch Marcello land a fierce punch straight to the man's face. The chair holding him falls back as blood begins to seep out from the man's nose. He begins to cry as Marcello grabs him by the hair and lifts him into the air, chair and all.
Rispondi alla domanda. Who sent you? Who was the one that plotted against us? Speak, or I'll rip out your throat, cretino.
Please, I beg you. I don't know anything. I can't help but scream and cover my eyes as I watch Marcello viciously beat the man in a pure blind rage. Horrific screams ring out in the room as I feel myself begin to shake. Eventually, the man falls lifelessly to one side of the chair, blood pouring out of his face as they stain Marcello's knuckles. Just as Marcello's about to swing another punch, Valentino grabs his arm.
Mi signore, I understand your feelings, but I would advise against killing him here. He could still be of use to us. And perhaps after a bit more motivazione, he might reveal to us more secrets of that fateful night. As it stands, there is simply still too much we don't know right now.
Marcello breathes heavily as he stares Valentino in the eyes. Pain, grief, and anger all warp together as he looks at the bloodied man with sheer hate. Marcello takes a deep breath and he eventually nods slowly. Valentino motions towards henchmen standing in the shadows and they all begin to approach the bloodied man. Marcello walks out of the door, grabbing me with him as the horrific screams keep replaying in my mind.
Wow, that's a great first day at your new job. What? I mean, I assume we're going to go like the mafia road, but okay.
I forcefully yank my arm out of Marcello's grasp as we walk out of the warehouse. Tears begin to well up in my eyes as I attempt to shake the terrible scenes I watched from my mind. You almost murdered that man, even though he said he didn't know anything.
Don't make me laugh. What are you? Some sort of naive, sheltered princess who's lived her whole life in a fairy tale castle? Or do you just believe every rat on the street? That man committed atrocities. He deserved all that and more.
You didn't know that? You even said it yourself, and yet, without really knowing, you almost killed. My voice grows quiet as I begin shaking again. I wrap my arms tightly around my own frame in an attempt to stop the tremors, but it's no use. Marcello's eyes soften as he takes in my rattled state. He takes a deep sigh as he removes his suit and attempts to drape it over my shoulders. Sorry, Pinks. I shouldn't have brought you here. That wasn't something you needed to see. I apologize. I wasn't thinking straight. No! Don't touch me!
I cry out as I throw his jacket on the floor. My shaking continues, but I stare up at him with disdain. I reach for my pocket and throw the check at him.
I don't want anything to do with you or any of those killers. Leave me alone or I'll call the police.
Tears pour out of my eyes as I run away. Marcello picks his suit up off the floor as he watches my retreating figure. Later that evening, I attempt to shake my thoughts clear as I open the door to my apartment. Just as I do, a red letter reveals itself under the opening of my door. What's this? As I slowly turn the letter around, I feel the blood drain from my face. Eviction notice? What? No, there must be some mistake. I attempt to call my landlady over and over again, but she doesn't answer. I read the red letter over again before I crumble it up and stuff it into my pocket. I fall to the floor outside my door as I hug my knees. I can feel tears well up in my eyes as I hug myself closer. I close my eyes and sigh exasperatedly as I shake my head. Screw this, screw everything. I'm just going to drink my worries away at the bar. I don't care about anything anymore. We're stumbling from one bad day into the next, huh? I wipe my tears as I head towards the town bar. I open up my worn-out wallet as I look through my singles. Geez, can I even afford a drink? I close my wallet and take a deep breath before I look up at the beautiful starry night sky above me. I stop for a second, lost in the view of the sky. The sight of stars twinkling brightly in the dark fills me with an unknown sense of hope as I take a deep breath. It's fine. Everything will be fine. Tomorrow I'll definitely get a call back, and I'm sure I can work something out with the landlady. I continue on my path as I face forward again. Yeah, it's times like these I gotta remain the most positive, right? Being depressed will just make everything harder. I can lose faith in everything around me, but no matter what, I shouldn't lose faith in myself. That'll just mean things will never change, so I gotta keep going forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Very true, very true. I'm snapped out of my thoughts as I hear a noise behind me, but when I turn around, all I see is an empty street. I slowly look forward, and as I begin walking again, I undeniably hear footsteps behind me. I look back again to spot a hooded figure quickly hide behind a wall. Okay, don't panic. It's probably nothing. Maybe he's just heading in the same direction I am? I swallow hard as I begin to quicken my pace. I hear the footsteps behind me also quicken, and the panic starts to set in. Eventually, I'm in a full-out run. I look behind me, and the hooded figure is keeping up with me. Okay, it's definitely nothing. Okay, don't panic. I watch all the seasons of Lizard Ball Z. Can totally kick his ass if the need arises. As I attempt to turn the corner leading to a brightly lit street, a hand covers my mouth and pulls me into a dark alley. My screams are muffled as I look up into a grinning man's face. Hey, pretty lady, you got some cash on you? Dude, I literally just got evicted. I'm literally the poorest person in this whole town. Is that so? Well, there's plenty of other ways to pay, you know. You got a pretty nice body. Mind if we go back to my place and get to know each other a little better? Take your filthy hands off me, you damn creep! I scream and kick his groin with every ounce of strength I can muster before turning to run away. Just as I'm about to make it out of the alley, the man grabs my hair, pulling me backwards. He brings out a pocket knife and flashes it at me with a scowl. Just had to put up a fight, huh? I hate bitches like you. Why don't you be a good little girl and just come along quietly, eh? I promise it'll hurt less. Hey, or maybe not. The man brings the knife to my cheek, and I'm reminded of the scene earlier with the diamond. I begin to shake as I watch the blade gleam. You know, I'd hate to see anything happen to that pretty little face of yours before I've had my own fun. I think you should be more worried about what's going to happen to your face. The robber moves to turn around, but a large hand grabs his entire face and forcefully shoves him into a wall. I look up to see Marcello, looking extremely pissed, as he grabs the knife from the guy's hand. Marcello lifts the knife to the guy's cheek as he had just done to me moments ago. Wanna try that number out on me, buddy? Promise it'll hurt less. Or maybe not. Why, you son of a... The robber begins to yell, but Marcello decks him in the face with a vicious punch that sends him flying into a nearby wall. Seconds after, he lifts him by the throat and looks into his eyes. Let me find you preying on another woman ever again, and I'll hang you by the balls in this town square. Got that, punk? The man falls bruised and bloody to the ground as he whimpers. I breathe heavily as I watch him bolt away. The strength in my legs finally gives out as the tremors begin again. Marcello immediately kneels down to my level, and he gazes worryingly at me. Hey, you okay? He slowly brings a hand closer to me, and I can't help but flinch. No, please. Marcello's gaze softens as he retreats his hand. Okay, I'm not going to hurt you, okay? I just wanted to make sure you were alright. I slowly look up with tear-filled eyes, and I gaze into Marcello's earnest expression. He furrows his brow as he takes in my shaking frame. Still shaken, huh? Sorry, that was probably my fault. But you're safe now, alright? Can you stand? He slowly extends a hand out to me again, and I stare at it. What should I do? Ooh, the actual first choice here. Oh, wow. Okay, that was something. Oh, that's tough. Should we take his hand or refuse?
because both are very, I mean, with what we saw today, refusing is very understandable. But I guess we will try to be hopeful. Yeah, I mean, he saved us, so I'm gonna be hopeful and take his hand. A few moments pass before I slowly place my hand in his, and he gently lifts me to my feet. He shoots me a small smile as he watches me recollect myself. Atta girl, you're tougher than you look, you know that? Suddenly, a small gleaming light shines from the floor. Marcello's eyes widen as he picks up a small pin from the floor. He brings the pin up to the light and stares at it. The pin is a dark silver color with a distinct outline of a lion. What in the devil's damned name is this doing here? The strange pin shines mysteriously in the light as Marcello holds it in his hand. He turns around quickly in the direction the thug ran. I tilt my head curiously as I stare at the peculiar-looking pin. That bastard, but no, it's impossible. Why the hell would a coward like that have this? It doesn't make any... lion? Marcello suddenly turns to look at me. He stares at me wide-eyed for a few moments before a stern look covers his face. Of course, they were after you. Me? Who's they? Wasn't that some random creep who... I thought so too, but this pin tells a whole nother story. Come on, we need to get out of here. Now. Just as Marcello grabs my hand and turns to leave, a crumpled red envelope falls out of my pocket and on his foot. Of course it does. The hell's this? I avoid eye contact as I watch him unfold the paper and read it. He stares up at me with a raised eyebrow. Eviction notice? Yeah. I guess my landlady got really mad or something. Even though she just gave me a second warning, and that's totally weird, but... I'll just give her a call tomorrow. It's fine, No, this wasn't your landlady's doing. There's a third party involved here. It seems they've already tracked you down. Damn, those bastards work fast. What are you talking about? Tracked me down? Who are you? I yelp as Marcello effortlessly lifts me over his shoulder as if I were a feather. Sorry, Pinks, but if you want to live to see past tomorrow, we need to get the hell out of here. What? What's happening? Oh my god. Well, I guess that's it for today. But yeah, that's very curious. Why are people suddenly targeting me for whatever reason? But that was a brutal start, let's be honest. I didn't expect them to go this hard right off the bat. Yeah, not sure what you think of Marcello yet. He seems... Is he somewhere a nice dude? But I mean, how can you really be in this profession? I don't know. Yeah, let's see how this story unfolds. So, we will see you, or let's see you next time. Bye bye!